Everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498, and on today's motovlog it's going to be motorcycle topic related as normal on my channel, and that topic is going to be about the best all-around motorcycle, what everybody wants to try to find out there. Now, my 2 cents of it, there is no all-around best motorcycle, and main reason is if you want to do any off-road riding at all, with all your mid-Atlantic BDRs and new Chattanooga BDR-X that just come out. I'm looking up in Tennessee. I'm only about 3 hours from that. That's a new 350-mile loop that looks a lot of fun. But back to the topic, sorry. But there is no perfect, in my opinion, do-it-all motorcycle. The perfect one is the one you already own. But if you want to do off-road riding, you're either going to have to probably get a middleweight ADV bike, you know, something like a 500 or above, in my opinion, at least like the Ibex 450. That would probably be a really good all-around bike, but it's still going to suffer a little bit in some areas. Motorcycling is, especially in the ADV and adventure and the dual sport era, it's all about compromises. You know, if the bike's lighter weight, like this one, the little 300 LS Honda that I'm riding, it's going to be better off-road, but any more than a back road like this at 40 or 50 miles an hour, you're going to get blown around. Yes, it'll do 65, barely 75 at a pinch, but it's really not happy at that. Like, it's great for, oh Lord, there's metal on the road from someone everywhere. But it's really best on little back roads like this, 40 to 50 miles an hour. It's great. It's lightweight. It's got enough power, it's got enough brakes, and it has decent enough on-road manners to still be okay on-road and, you know, not get, you know, feel like it's sketchy. But, you know, I've not put a whole lot of miles on this bike. This is my first dual sport, per se. This is not my only bike. I have, for my road bike, I have a 2016 Yamaha FJR 1300. That house right there is always cool. And Halloween, try to turn my head so I can get a little better look at it. They put tons of stuff out, but you know, there's adventure motorcycling and dual sport motorcycling is all about compromise. You're never going to have the perfect bike for any situation. If you want the perfect bike for every situation, you're probably going to have at least 2 bikes. You're going to have, what is this car stopping in the middle of the road for? Probably going to have 2 bikes. You're going to have a middleweight or a bigger ADV bike for, you know, really having a, wow, and you're going to back up right there in a curve. What an idiot. And then you're going to have a smaller bike like this if you want to really go off-road riding and enjoy the off-road part and not fight the bike the whole time. And it's just going to be about compromise. You have to, you know, live a little, take a little, live a little, take a little, and you have to figure out what that is for you. And, you know, if you do 80% on-road and do the occasional BDR, you might be okay with a middleweight, you know, 790, 890 Adventure KTM or something like that. Or, say, one of the little bit cheaper and a little more simpler, like the Aprica Twin Gen from, like, I think they started making again in 16, and then the changes was in 21. So you could get, like, from that first newer gen, you could get one of those. They're heavy, but yet they do good off-road for an experienced rider. Or you could start on something like this, ride it for a couple years, get your feet wet, get a little bigger bike, and then you kind of know what to expect. Because I'm here to tell you, even though I've not had this bike off-road yet, I've only had it just, you know, a couple months. My KTM 890 Adventure, it was pretty good on the road, actually. Great motor, lots of power. Really good brakes, good road manners, suspension, but off-road, it was kind of a handful, even though it had the lowest slung gas tank design, but it was pushing 500 pounds. The low gas tank made it feel much lighter than that, but the bad part about taking that step and going that route and not starting out something smaller, trust me, from my opinion, is when you get it off-road riding and the first time it slides and dances around, you about to have a heart attack because you're really nice, expensive, heavy. What in the world? There's a groundhog standing on the road. Thought that was a rock. But your big, expensive, heavy, you know, adventure bike regardless of protection or not, it's going to get banged up, it's going to get scratches. You just have to be prepared for that. So if you don't want that to happen, buy yourself, even if you don't want to start out something this small, you could buy yourself a small, like, you could buy yourself a small not a small dual sport, but a bigger dual sport, like a DR650, a used one, you know. You can get one of those pretty nice for about $5,000-ish. Maybe a little less, just depends, but all used bikes these days, just like used cars, are ridiculously expensive. You know, someone will have the bike for 2 years and put, you know, 5,000 miles on it, and they still want, on like Marketplace or something, they still want like $500 less than what they paid for it, before the dealer fees and all that stuff. But it's just like, really, guys? It's kind of ridiculous, really. Sorry if this video, this part of it, is not great, because this bike has no wind protection, and you know, we're doing 50 miles an hour. Got a Birdman, just chilling. But you know, you just have to be honest with yourself. Like, this bike's fine for stuff like this, but any more than like 55 or like 65 on a 4-lane like this, it's not real happy. Even at these speeds, till you get used to it. You know, I'm used to heavier bikes. It took me about 100 miles to get used to this bike. It's real light grip on the bars. It's gonna get pushed around a little bit by the wind and other cars, and even big SUVs like that Honda Pilot. It's gonna shimmy around a little bit, so you just gotta let the bike do its thing, not freak out. It'll hold itself upright, you just can't fight it, is what I'm saying. You know, yes, I'm getting passed by cars, but I don't really care, because look, speed limit's 45, I'm doing like 53. But look, they're riding like idiots back and forth. I'm not that kind of rider who'll be stuck behind them like in a car, just, you know, be part of the NASCAR pack just any moment, ready to get pulverized by them. No, thank you. But, I mean, you know, can a Honda Dual Sport do stuff like this? Yeah, it's okay. It's not the greatest. I wouldn't want to do this for 3 hours, but it's alright. You know, it's 60 below, it's just fine. You know, maybe a little less off-road based tire. You know, a little more like 80/20 tire. It might be a little better at this. But then again, the bike's light. It's a Dual Sport. This is all stock except for bolt-ons. This is stock suspension, everything. And it's okay. It you know, it doesn't worry me, because I'm, you know, an experienced rider. I've been riding going on 9 years, but it is a little weird to get used to, you know. But it's okay. It you know, for what it is, it's all right. I mean, it's a cheap little light motorcycle that I don't expect to be great on the road. It just has to, you know, I've ridden it to work on roads like this. It does just fine. The wind protection thing kind of beats on you a little bit on your chest, but I'm going to fix that one of those aftermarket things and be about here, and that would be quite a bit better, actually, I think. But on that, guys, if you've not already done so, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let's have a discussion about your perfect motorcycle, and have fun, ride safe. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.